द हरप्रीत सिंह शो के अज के इस एपीसोड में आप सबनूं जी आयां नूं कहने हैं। प्रोग्राम के इस हिस्से में अज तुहाडी मुलाकात करांगे कोलंबिया तो आए साडे मेहमान क्लॉडिया रोड्रिगेज ऑर्टेगा नाल। ये उत्थे पीस प्रोसैस दे विच काम करते हैगे ने, जिस दे विच कि ये जो कॉन्फ्लिक्ट्स ने कोलंबिया दे विच उन्हां दे विच एक सरकारी एजेंसी नाल काम करके लोगों को राहत पहुँचाते हैं। सो अज इन्हां कोलों जानकारी लैणे कोलंबिया बारे कि कोलंबिया विच की कुछ उत्थे हालात ने ते की कुछ खास तौर पर जिहड़े वसनीक कोलंबिया दे इत्थे कैनेडा विच रहिंदे ने उन्हां दी सोच दा इत्थे प्रभाव पैंदा है। ये बड़े माण की गल हैगी कि असीं कैनेडा च रहने जिथे कि वक्रे वक्रे मुल्कों तो लोग आके रहिंदे ने ते इस प्रोग्राम दे विच सानूं बड़ा माण हुंदा जदों कि वक्रे मुल्कों तो लोग आके अपने कल्चर बारे साडे नाल गलबात करदे हैं। लेट्स वेलकम क्लॉडिया टू द प्रोग्राम। वेलकम टू द प्रोग्राम।
Thank you for inviting me to your program.
Welcome. Colombia is at the equator.
Yeah.
Right? So you come from a country which is probably quite hot as compared to Canada. What's the weather like in Colombia?
Okay, Colombia is a very beautiful country and have a lot of benefits for the ubication and have many weathers and the highest parts and the lowest parts and parts who have a cold in the complete year and parts like the Caribbean who can enjoy vacation all the year too.
Wow, so you have all kinds of climate over there.
Yes,
wonderful.
All kinds of climates, and that is for why Colombia have a very beautiful natural resources.
Great. What do you do there?
Now I am working with the government.
Okay.
I liked gastronomy process too because one of my hobbies is the gastronomy, and I worked with some chefs in Colombia for save and many cultural traditions about the food.
Right.
But maybe we can speak a little bit.
Well, of course, we'll learn more about that because you have been the master chef in Colombia, which is a matter of great pride that you are with us here today. So I'll touch that aspect a little later. But let's focus right now on the country. You said a lot of natural resources. It's a beautiful country. But also tell us what kind of government exists over there. The government which is ruling over there now, we have heard about some conflicts also in the country and people are concerned about it. Because you are involved with the peace process also, you help in the government. So tell us a little bit about how the country works.
Okay, I would like to make a little history about the process.
Sure.
The conflict in my country is it's impossible don't speak about the negative things because many people know the negative things about Colombia and not the positive, and are more positive things in Colombia than the negatives. But the conflict, the internal conflict in Colombia started maybe in the 40s, and with the fight between two parties, the liberal and conservative parties.
Okay.
This are the traditional parties in Colombia.
Right.
And start with many inequality and start many bad things against the people. And in the 50s, one group of people who live in one region named Tolima start to a group after is well done. Is very well named in Colombia, like the guerrilla de las FARC, or is in English is Revolutionary Armed Forces.
Right.
And in the 60s, this group is consolidated in some places in Colombia. Is like in the especially in the little village, in the farmer village.
Okay.
And after that, maybe in the 80s, started to work with the narco traffic too.
Okay.
And in the 80s too, the guerrilla was involved in the communist ideas.
Right.
And in the 80s, the paramilitary groups is the opposite, is the extreme rights.
Right.
Support with land owners, very big land owners, and politicians, and some part of the army too. And to fight again to the guerrilla.
Right.
Yes.
So presently, which government is there? right now?
Right now is I need to speak about the peace process who started in the
Sure, absolutely, because you are involved in the peace process.
Yes.
So what role do you play in that?
Yes. Okay. I need to back a little bit and to speak about all this part who fight the guerrilla with the paramilitaries on all the groups against the people too.
Right.
And we needed to looking for the peace in my country.
Right.
And start in the 90s, in the final of the 90s,
Okay.
start the first the president in this moment
Right.
start to the peace process
Okay.
for 3 years. The president named Andres Pastrana,
Okay.
but with the guerrilla, the las FARC, but was unsuccessful. 3 years, but they located in one piece of Colombia,
Right.
but was unsuccessful,
Okay.
and the guerrilla started back to the mountains. And the 90s, we have a lot of problems with the narco traffickers,
Right.
cartels too, and died a lot of people. And all the 50 years, the conflict in Colombia is the oldest conflict in America.
Okay.
It's more than 15 years, and more than 260 people died,
Okay.
murdered, and many people disappear, and
Right.
more than 7 million people refugees in the same country
Okay.
and need to abandon. But for that reason, we need to looking for this peace process, because we
Right.
need to start this.
Absolutely. So when you talk about the peace process, and we hear a lot of drug, like you talk about narco trafficking and a lot of drug cartels in Colombia. So we'll go for a break. We'll come back and talk in a little bit more details. That is, what is the situation now? Where does that peace process stand? Which government is ruling? How far the communist ideology is prevalent in Colombia? And what all the people think? What are the people's views? So we'll talk all about this after this short break.
Yeah.
Yeah, so let's go for a break. We'll be back
Okay.
to talk about it.
Okay.
ਪਰ ਇੱਕ ਐਸੀ ਥਾਂ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਹੈ ਜਿੱਥੇ ਹਰ ਕੋਈ ਆਪਣੀ ਨਿੱਜੀ ਜ਼ਿੰਦਗੀ ਦੇ ਸੁਨਹਿਰੀ ਪਲ ਯਾਦ ਰੱਖਦਾ ਹੈ। ਉਹ ਜਗ੍ਹਾ ਜਿੱਥੇ ਉਹ ਰਹਿੰਦਾ ਹੈ ਤੇ ਪਿਆਰ ਭਰਿਆ ਜੀਵਨ ਬਤੀਤ ਕਰਦਾ ਹੈ। ਇਹ ਗੱਲਾਂ ਤਾਂ ਹੀ ਪੂਰੀਆਂ ਹੁੰਦੀਆਂ ਨੇ ਜਦ ਕਿਸੇ ਜਗ੍ਹਾ ਨੂੰ ਸਜੇ ਹੋਏ ਘਰ 'ਚ ਬਦਲਿਆ ਜਾਵੇ। ਨਵੇਂ ਘਰਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਫਰੇਮਿੰਗ ਤੋਂ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਫਿਨਿਸ਼ਿੰਗ ਤੱਕ, ਡ੍ਰੇਪਰੀ, ਪੇਂਟਿੰਗਸ ਤੋਂ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਡੈਕੋਰੇਸ਼ਨ ਅਸੈਸਰੀਜ਼ ਤੱਕ, ਤੁਸੀਂ SK ਹੋਮ ਡਿਜ਼ਾਈਨਸ ਦੀਆਂ ਪ੍ਰੋਫੈਸ਼ਨਲ ਸਰਵਿਸਿਜ਼ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਆਪਣੇ ਸੁਪਨਿਆਂ ਦੇ ਘਰ ਨੂੰ ਹਕੀਕਤ 'ਚ ਬਦਲ ਸਕਦੇ ਹੋ। ਕੰਟੈਕਟ ਕਰੋ ਸੰਦੀਪ ਕੌਰ 6048259295।
Once again, welcome back to the program. ਅੱਜ ਦੇ ਇਸ ਪ੍ਰੋਗਰਾਮ ਵਿੱਚ ਮੇਰੇ ਨਾਲ ਕਲੌਡੀਆ, ਜਿਹੜੇ ਸਾਡੇ ਮਹਿਮਾਨ ਨੇ ਕੋਲੰਬੀਆ ਤੋਂ, ਉਹ ਗੱਲਬਾਤ ਕਰ ਰਹੇ ਨੇ ਉਸ ਦੇਸ਼ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਕੀ ਹਾਲਾਤ ਸਨ। ਗੁਰਿਲਾਜ਼ ਅਤੇ ਸਰਕਾਰ ਦੇ ਵਿਚਕਾਰ ਲੜਾਈ ਚੱਲਦੀ ਰਹੀ, ਜਿਸ ਦੇ ਬਾਅਦ ਪੀਸ ਪ੍ਰੋਸੈਸ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਉਹ ਸ਼ੁਰੂ ਕੀਤਾ ਗਿਆ। ਤੇ ਕਲੌਡੀਆ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਨੇ ਇਹ ਵੀ ਇਸ ਪੀਸ ਪ੍ਰੋਸੈਸ ਦਾ ਇੱਕ ਹਿੱਸਾ ਹੈਗੇ ਨੇ, ਜਿਹਦੇ 'ਚ ਕਿ ਇਹ ਕੋਸ਼ਿਸ਼ ਕਰਦੇ ਨੇ ਕਿ ਇੱਕ ਐਸਾ ਮਾਹੌਲ ਬਣਾਇਆ ਜਾਏ ਜਿੱਥੇ ਬੈਠ ਕੇ ਗੱਲਬਾਤ ਰਾਹੀਂ ਸੋਲੂਸ਼ਨ ਲੱਭਿਆ ਜਾਏ। ਇਸ ਸੰਬੰਧ ਵਿੱਚ ਆਓ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਕੋਲੋਂ ਹੋਰ ਜਾਣਕਾਰੀ ਲੈਣੇ ਤੇ ਕਿਵੇਂ ਕੋਲੰਬੀਆ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਹੈ ਇੱਕ ਟੂਰਿਸਟ ਡੈਸਟੀਨੇਸ਼ਨ ਬਣਦਾ ਜਾ ਰਿਹਾ ਹੈ, ਇਸ ਬਾਰੇ ਹੋਰ ਗੱਲਬਾਤ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ। So before the break, you gave us a history of Colombia, how the peace process started, but it didn't succeed. But we also hear that you had a president by the name of Mr. Santos who won a Nobel Peace Prize also. So has that effort led to some betterment in the peace process?
Yeah. In the 2012, the president Juan Manuel Santos started to looking for the peace in Colombia, for
Right.
final the conflict, the internal conflict, and he looking for the people who helped for support this peace process, and many countries like Canada, like the United States, and many non-government organizations
Right.
support this peace process, and start this peace process in Havana, Cuba, and with the support the president of Cuba
Right.
for these conversations.
Okay.
And this peace process finally was success.
Okay.
And in 2016, we could find the final agreement, and now we can see the part of the leaders of the guerrilla de las FARC in the senator.
Okay.
In the our senators in the
Right.
in the Senate, and in this moment, the president in this moment is responsible to invest the money enough
Okay.
for make this process
Right. So after
successful
2016, as you said, now the situation is much, much better than before, and the peace process is having
Yeah.
a tougher, a deeper penetration.
now. Okay, we still have problems,
Right.
social problems,
Okay.
inequalities, and many things. But this is the start. We
Right.
need to start
Okay.
for stop the conflict.
Right.
And maybe in the next problem maybe can be a little different than
Right.
we had in the past in years ago.
So where do you stand as far as narco trafficking is concerned? Because what we hear is a lot of drug cartels in Colombia, even the countries around Colombia like Venezuela and other countries, there also the stability is not there in the governments. So when it comes to the common person, the common man living, does he have to, is he afraid of the drug cartels, or do they control, or they are just on the sideline?
Okay, now when the guerrillas live from the many villages or
Right.
in farms or many places, far places, far of the main cities,
Yeah.
start another part of groups
Okay.
like delinquents who looking for the road for move the drugs,
Okay.
especially in the Pacific coast or in the very north of Colombia, but it's not all the country.
Okay.
Yeah,
Some areas.
Yes, it's some areas
Right.
it have these problems.
Right.
I am not to say no, all is magnificent and is wonderful in Colombia. No,
Right.
we have problems.
Well, there are
But the
problems here
massa-
also
yeah.
in Canada also. Every country has its
Yeah,
own problem.
but now we have more
Stability.
confidence to travel
Okay.
in the Colombia.
So when
now.
you have the confidence to travel, let's talk about the international travelers, because Colombia is becoming a tourist destination. Now, is it safe for Canadians to go over there and see this beautiful country?
Absolutely, absolutely. It's like wherever country you visit,
Right.
you need to take care, many things about what places you can visit and what places you know.
Right.
And there are a lot of pages who say you what maybe what hotel or restaurant or
Right.
what kind of transport you can use. Yeah, it's normal, but
So
the
people
most
are
of the
very friendly.
yeah, the people is very kind.
Okay.
The people in Colombia, we are very, very kind, very happy,
Right.
and I love the parties.
Okay.
I love to share with the people,
Right.
with kindness, and we have many places, many beautiful places to visit. For
Okay.
example, Cartagena. Cartagena's heritage of the
Right.
humanity is the murallas of Cartagena. Is a very beautiful
Wonderful.
place in the Caribbean, and
Okay.
who can enjoy. And there are highest place, like for example, Bogota.
Okay.
Bogota is ubicated in 2,600 meters
Okay.
under the sea,
Right.
and is very famous for the health tourism.
Okay.
And many people arrive for treatments because there are a very good doctors.
Okay.
And I came to speak for every city in
It's different and beautiful.
Yes, and it's
Okay.
different because every region in my country is
Right.
very different. You
Okay.
are not going to find
Right,
the
so
same
there's a
things.
varied experience and people can have. As time is short, I'll have to quickly ask you a few things. What is the language which you generally speak over? Is it Spanish or some local language?
No, it's Spanish. It's
Okay.
Spanish, but we have a lot indigenous people
Languages also,
who
okay.
speak many languages.
Right, I'm going to cut you out on all the questions because I want short and straight answers right now for my viewers. What is your staple diet? What's the kind of food you eat more there?
Kind of food is we have the very, very delicious and different kind
Okay.
of food in every region.
Right.
But all is Colombian.
Okay.
And we have many influence for Arabian, Spain, indigenous people, and
Okay.
African people.
Okay.
For that reason, we have a lot, like Canada, we have a lot of influence.
Well,
in-
we haven't had your
in the-
food, but we have heard about your coffee, which is the best. It is said to be the best in the world. Is it right?
That is completely true. Yes,
Okay.
The coffee in Colombia is very different. We have two kind of coffee have
Okay.
the origin denomination.
Right.
Is the origin denomination is like this coffee you can only find in the place who grown the farm
Right.
the coffee. And it's very delicious with, you can taste the flavors like citrus, like almonds, like chocolates, in only in 1 cup of coffee.
Okay.
It's a very delicious and it's very good experience.
Wonderful.
To try the
Claudia, it was a pleasure talking to you. Thank you for coming over to our studio and sharing your experiences with our viewers. There's much more to talk, but because always the time is short, so anyways, you have touched all the aspects. Thank you very much, and thanks for sharing your experiences with our viewers. today.
Thank you for inviting me, and I hope you visit soon Colombia.
Absolutely. We'll be your guest soon.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.